Enjoy a super production shot on more than 20 cameras using the latest technology. It's not fiction, it's not a thriller, it's something much bigger. And after 90 seasons, the excitement is still intact in La Liga Santander and La Liga Smart Bank. It's not football, it's La Liga.
A big battle at the bottom is guaranteed as we head to the Mendizorroza, and it is Alaves against Osasuna. It might not be pretty, this game, but it's going to be very competitive and intensely contested between two teams whose ambition for the next couple of months is to avoid relegation. Heading into this game, the hosts Alaves just 1 point away from the bottom three. Osasuna 3 points better off than them, so not much between these teams at all. Alaves knowing that a win would send them above Osasuna, because they had a 1-1 draw earlier in the season when they met in Pamplona, and with the head-to-head, that means an Alaves win today, they would be level on points but above Osasuna in the table. And all these games that are taking place between direct rivals down near the bottom, of course, are vital. And there are a lot of those games because there are so many teams separated by so few points. Just 5 points between Osasuna in 13th and Huesca in bottom place, after Huesca picked up a point today with a 1-1 draw against Eibar, which I'm not sure how the other teams feel about. Neither of them won, both Eibar and Huesca failing to take all 3 points, but they picked up something, so not a result that really suited anyone particularly much. But now these Alaves players gathering in the tunnel will only be thinking about controlling what they can control and getting back into some positive form after a couple of really poor results from difficult away games in their last couple of outings. They suffered a 5-1 loss at Barcelona and then a 4-0 defeat at Real Sociedad. And the Alaves coach Abelardo was pretty critical of his players after that last game at Real Sociedad. They didn't compete the way he wanted or expected them to. And certainly he'll be looking for an improvement today against an Osasuna team who have been in better form. They've won 3 of their last 5 games, which is why they've been able to climb up to 13th place. And they know that a win today would really give them some daylight. It would send them temporarily at least 7 points clear of the relegation zone. So Yagoba Arrasate there, the Osasuna coach, with every incentive for his team to be positive and pick up the win. Of course, coming here to a fellow relegation candidate, a draw would be okay for Osasuna, but a win really could be absolutely vital for them. A massive step, as Arrasate acknowledged himself yesterday in the pre-game press conference. He said it would be a gigantic step for Osasuna if they can pick up the points today. Players heading out onto the turf at the Mendizorroza. Osasuna with Ante Budimir, we saw there. He'll be leading the line for them today, but let's take a full look at the Alaves lineup. Only 2 changes, perhaps surprisingly, from the team that got hammered 4-0 at Real Sociedad last week, with Chimo Navarro back at right back and Lucas Perez returning to the forward line. Bit of controversy when he was left out by Abelardo. It's been a bit of a talking point around Alaves this week, why Lucas Perez hasn't been an automatic starter under Abelardo, but he is back in the starting lineup today. There's our referee, Jose Sanchez Martinez, meeting the captains, and the VAR official is Pizarro Gomez, surrounded by his monitors. As we see now, the Osasuna side, their last game was a 2-0 home loss against Sevilla, where they felt they played pretty well. They've made 3 changes to the starting lineup. Juan Cruz back in at left back, Roberto Torres returns to the right of midfield, and Cagliari is back up front alongside Ante Budimir. Manu Sanchez, John Moncayola and Quique Barja, the players who dropped down to the bench. Warm embrace between the 2 coaches. A lot of respect between them, and 2 pretty similar clubs up in the north of Spain, with a history of being battling clubs with a hard-fought, direct style of play. There might not be too much passing through midfield today, but expect the challenges to fly in. Expect plenty of direct attacks on the penalty area, especially from Osasuna, with the 2 big front men, Cagliari and Budimir, both good in the air, with Roberto Torres and Ruben Garcia, the wide players, to provide the ammunition. Alaves will hope that Joselu and Lucas Perez can revive their partnership, which hasn't been as effective this season as it was last. Just the 9 goals between them so far. But they understand each other's games perfectly, and will present a threat today to Osasuna, who get the game started in their all red. And quickly a free kick is given for the challenge on Roberto Torres. Martin Aguirre Gaviria is the left back for Alaves, with the regular left back starter Ruben Duarte not quite fit enough to start. He is on the bench. Aridane sends it long, headed away as far as Lucas Toro, and now Juan Cruz trying to take the ball down the line, but runs it out of play. Cruz back in the starting lineup today. He's been sharing playing time with Manu Sanchez since the youngster arrived on loan from Atletico during the transfer window. But it's Cruz who gets the nod today. Offside flag up. Of Luis Rioja, who was a pretty much automatic starter during the first months of the season. That looks like offside, and it is against Lucas Perez. I was saying, Inigo Cordoba arrived in January on loan from Athletic Club. He's making his third start today with Rioja relegated down to the bench. The Abelardo effect hasn't been what Alaves would have wanted since they appointed him for his second spell back on the 12th of January. 7 games played, 1 win, 1 draw, 5 defeats for Alaves since Abelardo returned. Most concerningly, 20 goals conceded in those 7 games. But Alaves did win their last home game, 1-0 victory over Valladolid. It was a big one, similar to this one really, before those 2 big road losses at Barcelona and Real Sociedad. Back by Chimo Navarro and kicked long by Fernando Pacheco. One in the air by Coselu. He'll win pretty much everything in the air, so good. And now Lucas Perez with the cross. Aridane meets it. And there's a bit of space for Roberto Torres to advance. Nacho Vidal going on the overlap outside him. Fullback now with the cross. Kayeri trying to flick it on. It bounces down to him. He was a little slow to react because he didn't know where the ball was as he tried to flick it on and looped up in the air and nearly fell for Kayeri, who is up against his former club today. Jonathan Kayeri had a good season with Alaves in 2018-19. Scored 9 goals that season on loan, as he still is from Deportivo Maldonado, the Uruguayan club for whom he's never actually played. He's just had a sequence of 1-year loans. Alaves a couple of years ago, Espanyol last season, and now he's at Osasuna. Pretty tight in the opening stages, as you would expect. Neither team has got on top so far. As Manu Garcia, the veteran captain, gives it to Chimo Navarro at Tuleguaria. Back to Fernando Pacheco, as we see the goals achieved by the 2 front men for Osasuna. 4 for Kayeri and 6 for Budimir, who's actually got a very good strike rate. Those 6 goals coming in only 10 starts. Is Kayeri running through? It's just beyond him. And Martin put under pressure. Felt the physical challenge there from Kayeri. His former teammate goes out for the goal kick. Abelardo saw something there he didn't like. But no danger for his team. Navarro here. Alaves trying to play out from the back. I don't think we'll see too much of that today. Cruz winning the header. Toro nods it on. Now picked up by Cordoba, who's moved over from his left wing position to the right. Lucas Perez just gets it caught under his feet. Roberto Torres almost running into the challenge. Gets it back to Aridane, and now Sergio Herrera, the former Alaves goalkeeper, started his career with Alaves, came through the youth ranks and made his First team debut against Barcelona back in 2012, Sergio Herrero, but couldn't get a regular starting place, so moved on in 2014. Regular between the posts now for Osasuna. Looks like a handball by Joselu. And that is what is given. Tried to chest it, but contact was with the arm. Aridane sends it down the line for Roberto Torres. He gives it away. And Joselu with the ball forward for Lucas Perez to chase. Aridane can't keep it in. And these Osasuna defenders know they will have to do a lot of running today against Lucas Perez, who just never stops. He will chase anything, as he did there, making life difficult for Aridane. Throw in now then for Alaves. Martin gets it back from Pina, looking for the 1-2. Doesn't quite come off. It'll be interesting to see which of these two teams is able to grab a hold of possession and control the flow of the game, because neither of them habitually like to do that. They're among the lower ranked teams in La Liga in terms of possession, both around 41% per game. It's good work by Cagliari to find Torres across to the far post. He's going to be too deep for Ruben Garcia, and goes behind for the goal kick. So normally both of these teams are happy to sit back and let the opposition have the ball and then strike quickly and directly. Maybe Osasuna have more ball players in the side, with Roberto Torres and Ruben Garcia in particular, but certainly no one is dominating at the moment. Poor kick out. Oyer now flicks it on, but doesn't find Cagliari. Joselu trying to turn, comes off Nacho Vidal out for the throw. Another long ball forward for Joselu, who's turning, and in the end, the free kick conceded by the forward. Just asking Jose Sanchez Martinez what that was for. Not sure if it was handball on the initial control or for that challenge, or maybe that secondary one where he clipped the legs of Nacho Vidal. Well, where it's being taken from suggests it might have been handball on the control. Header won by Pina. And good work by Edgar Mendez to win the free kick. Lejeune for Pina. So 10 minutes played at the Mendizorroza. Not much between these teams at the moment. Alaves looking to come forward with Cordoba. Good foot in from Vidal. Now Torres surrounded and concedes the throw-in the end. As expected, these opening stages very closely contested. Time on the ball at a premium. Chimo Navarro. Now lofted forward by Manu Garcia. Keeper comes, and that's good commanding goalkeeping by Sergio Herrera. Coming well out of his goal to gather the cross, and a quick throw out as well, trying to launch the counter. Cagliari Can't quite feed it on to Roberto Torres, but there was a touch off an Alaves player out for the throw-in. David Garcia sends it up towards Budimir. Chest control from him. A bit of hesitation there from Ruben Garcia as he controlled, which meant that in the end he didn't control. Herrera long. Ruben brings it down nicely this time, but then the back heel doesn't come off. Foul by Budimir. Manu Garcia, the veteran captain of Alaves, normally used from the bench these days, the 34-year-old, but the skipper back in the starting lineup at the moment. This is his 6th start of the season, with the summer signing Rodrigo Battaglio, who had been a regular starter until recently, left on the bench at the moment by Abalado. Another little foul there by Martin. There's been a lot of those niggling little fouls. It's a game that has not been free-flowing, and I don't think anyone would have expected it to be. A lot of stoppages, a lot of competitive challenges. We see 7 fouls already in 12 minutes. Aridane back to his keeper. Osasuna with absolutely no thought of trying to play out from the back. It's going long and direct from Sergio Herrera every time. Another free kick. This one goes Alaves' way, and they take it quickly after the challenge by Ruben Garcia. Pina. Manu Garcia squares it for Florian Lejeune. Lejeune, the only non-Spanish member of the starting 11 for Alaves today. French defender on loan from Newcastle, has played pretty much every game this season for Alaves. This is his 22nd start. He's played more minutes than any outfield player other than Joselu. Now Vidal, a little bit of space opens up for him to move down the right-hand side. 4 in the middle, looking for the cross. Stabbed away by Lejeune. Aridane is under it. Clever flick by Roberto Torres. Another one from Vidal, making headway down the right here, but I think that came off Oyer last, which he acknowledges. And Osasuna skipper with an affirmative nod of the head to the linesman for the decision. Rebounded back off him. So 15 minutes played, and we've had nothing resembling a goal-scoring chance yet, but again, nothing surprising in that. They're not high-scoring teams, either of these, and there's so much at stake. It's bound to be a cagey affair with much of the play in the middle third. Interesting comments by Joselu in the week, saying that the key thing for his team in this game was to avoid mistakes, and I think that sentiment is shared by all 22 players out there. No one is willing to take a risk. Puts his foot through the ball again, headed on by Budimir, but can't find Kayeri. Aridane steps in. Well, just got away from Budimir then, but it falls to Ruben Garcia, who can work it wide for Cruz. The left-back Cruz was part of Elche's promoted side last season and was a really important part of their attacking play down the left-hand side. His surging runs and crosses into the box, that hasn't been as evident in the top flight since he joined Osasuna. Doesn't have any assists to his name yet. Cruz had, I think it was 8 last season for Elche during the promotion campaign. There's Lejeune hooking away under pressure from Kayeri. Cruz with the throw-in onto the head of La Guardia. Toro can't control cleanly, and now Lucas Perez on the run. Joselu with a poor ball inside, easily cut out by Ruben Garcia. Now David Garcia to Aridane. Down the line from Vidal, Kayeri. He's going to let that run because the touch from Lejeune means it will be a corner. And Osasuna always a threat from set pieces. Aridane, dangerous in the air. David Garcia as well as the two big forwards, of course, Kayeri and Budimir. 69% of the corners go to the near post. Torres a little deeper. This time it was the Aridane trying to attack it, headed away and back into the box now, but Pacheco, who's a very reliable goalkeeper, off his line to gather, and the quick kick downfield. Cruz safely under it. Forward from David Garcia. Budimir wins the header, but the offside flag is up. Lejeune taking it quickly. You see the reason for the flag correctly again raised against Budimir. Too long for the run of Budimir. But it's Osasuna who've been a little more direct so far. Alaves trying to play a bit more through midfield. Lucas Perez with plenty of movement, nominally lining up front alongside Joselu, but he'll work the flanks as well. Here he is, flicking it on dangerously towards Edgar Mendez, and that's a foul by him on Garcia, clearly so. Mendez protesting his innocence, but looked very much like a foul. And there's the running of Lucas Perez onto the flick on from Joselu. That's exactly how those two can be so dangerous together, and clearly the foul by Edgar Mendez, who is also a very powerful runner as well. So Joselu's aerial ability to try and link play for those two strong runners, Perez and Mendez, will be a feature of this game. Free kick against Kayeri as he jumped in on Manu Garcia. Just using the arm, catching the side of the home team captain's head. Back to Pacheco. Alaves are being a little more patient with their build-up. We're seeing these passes at the back. It does come long in the end from La Guardia, easily dealt with by Cruz. Aredane taking a bit of a risk on the ball, but does well enough. And then Oyer to Nacho Vidal, and now Ruben Garcia for Cruz coming forward for the first time. Sends in the cross, it's flicked on and comes to Roberto Torres, but rather wasteful between he and Oyer, and then Pina is tripped by Ruben Garcia, who was stopping the counter-attack by bringing down Pina. I'm not sure there was much contact actually. I think Pina was somewhat looking for that one. Really experienced central midfield for Alaves today. Pina, the age of 33, Manu Garcia 34. Cordoba, seen very little of him so far. Look at that stat in the top left. Possession, 50% each. Really is nothing between these teams. The foul count is pretty even as well. There's another whistle is blown there on Pina this time. So a midway point of the opening half. See the passing stats very similar as well. So Alaves with a few more, but no chances as yet for either side. It will be a game of few chances, and therefore very important that they are executed accurately when they come. Latest free kick conceded by Manu Garcia on his namesake Ruben Garcia. Sent wide, but far too high for Roberto Torres to do anything with it. Torres was on target for Osasuna when the teams met on New Year's Eve. He got the opener midway through the second half, but a penalty from Lucas Perez a few minutes later earned a point for Alaves from that game. Joselu just forced off the ball by Oyer. Here's Kayeri. Roberto Torres making the move ahead of him. Tries to keep hold of possession. Lejeune wins it. The clearance is charged down. Lejeune, the second time of asking, gets it further away. Only straight out for a throw though. Nice footwork from the Frenchman, getting it onto his preferred left foot for the big slice. Joselu fouled by Aredane as he looked to release the pass. I think maybe the best word to describe this one so far is combative. It is a real scrap out there. Another free kick. That's offside, I think, actually, against Joselu this time. But we're rarely going more than a few seconds without the whistle being blown for some infringement or other. Nobody is willing to give up anything easily in this one. There's a flick on towards Kayeri by Budimir. Needed the clearance. Budimir flagged offside as he receives the ball. That's 3 offsides against Budimir now. Be a little more careful there. He clearly was offside. Had no reason to be either. It would have been easy for him to stay level there. It's not as though he's the kind of forward who'll hang on the last defender to try and use his pace to get in behind. As that ball from Kayeri was overhit. Lejeune sends it downfield, headed away by David Garcia. There's the latest whistle. Just a feeling that Osasuna are slightly getting on top now. Europa Arrasate looking relaxed enough. As it's wide for Roberto Torres, flicked down the line, but that's not going to find Oyer. Lucas Perez dispossessed well by Toro. And Budimir rides the challenge of Lejeune to send it towards Juan Cruz, but it's just behind him. And here's the running of Edgar Mendez. I mentioned his powerful running. Sends the ball inside. Oyer with the miss-hit clearance, but it falls kindly for Osasuna, straight to Cruz, who can give it back to his skipper, and that's a better pass, opening it up for Roberto Torres, looking cross-field, but quickly charged down by Joselu. Long ball controlled by Ruben Garcia, just moving in field from his left wing position, as does Cordoba to win it for Alaves. Now it goes long, but rather aimlessly so. And easy for Aridana, as both Joselu and Lucas Perez turned round and looked at Chimo Navarro as if to say, what kind of ball was that? Nacho Vidal making an enterprising run. Decent pass as well, combining with his fellow fullback Cruz. Cross comes in, comes to Roberto Torres, headed onto his left foot, takes on the shot, blocked by Lejeune. But I think that will be marked down as the first real shot of the game. Now dangerous from Joselu, giving it away, and Budimir will feel hard done by here as the whistle blows. He made a challenge there on Martin that he will feel was a clean one. Let's see it. Maybe got a bit of the foot as well as the ball. It was enough to draw the whistle. Looks like someone in the stands is going to get a card. One of the substitutes, it seems, of Osasuna has incurred the wrath of the referee. Not sure what that's about. Aridane does well to clear. Well, half an hour played, and Osasuna will be the happier of the two so far. They've been comfortable at the back as the visitors. That's always a good sign. They haven't threatened too much, but a little bit more dangerous than the hosts so far. As the throw-in is a foul throw in the end by Martin for stealing too many yards. So it's going to be an Osasuna throw instead. Here's Kayeri brought down as he tries to run towards goal. Lejeune got a bang in the face in the process as well. But clearly a foul by Lejeune. That's a very unconventional attempt to tackle. More suited to the rugby field. It was, just to confirm, Unai Garcia, the Osasuna substitute, who was shown the yellow card in the stands. Lejeune may be a little fortunate to escape one on the field there for that rather robust challenge, but it is a free kick for Osasuna. Roberto Torres over the ball. Cagliari will be among the targets. It's actually, yeah, it is going to be Torres. Flicked header away by Lejeune. Goes out for a corner. So Osasuna starting to build up a little bit of pressure here. We had that shot a couple of minutes ago from Roberto Torres. Some set pieces now, the second corner, which Ruben Garcia is going to deliver. Going for outswingers so far. The first corner from the other side was the right foot of Torres. This will be the left foot of Garcia. Towards the penalty spot, bounces down. Not convincing defending initially. But now Edgar Mendez running onto a loose ball. Looking to counter for Alaves. Inside for Joselu. That's too much there of Navarro. And out for the goal kick. Alaves just haven't been able to sustain any attacks so far. Applause of encouragement from Abelardo, but it's been Osasuna who, as the game wears on, are looking increasingly more convincing in their performance. Nothing too devastating from them yet as an attacking force, but they're looking pretty together and composed and in control at the moment. We're seeing a lot more of Budimir and in particular Cagliari than we are of the Alaves front two. David Garcia turns away from Lucas Perez. Not sure the pass was intended for Toro, but it found him. Hizoyer taking a risk by wanting to turn on the ball, nearly lost it. But it does get worked out to Roberto Torres, who goes long looking for Budimir. Chests it down. Navarro has stayed down, getting gingerly to his feet now as Pina wins it. But Alaves just can't retain possession. We saw the stat a few minutes ago. Possession was exactly 50-50. I think since then it's very much gone towards Osasuna's favour in the last 10 minutes or so. Here they are on the ball. Ruben Garcia, dangerous cross. Can't find Budimir, but does fall for Roberto Torres. He mishits that though onto the roof of the net, and he's frustrated with himself. He knows that was a good chance for Osasuna to threaten the Alaves goal. Have four players in the middle waiting for a cross. All he could do was send it straight out. Turned away in horror at what he'd done immediately. Knew that wasn't his best cross. But another promising position at least for Osasuna, even though they didn't make anything of it. It's offside against Cordoba. Long from Herrera once more, away by La Guardia. But all these loose balls are being won by Osasuna at the moment. Here's Toro, fouled as he released the pass, and Pina is going to get a booking, I think, or at very least he's going to get a final warning. He's committed a fair few fouls now, none of them worthy of a yellow card by themselves, but an accumulation of offences. And I think that was the final warning. One more, said Jose Sanchez Martinez. I'll have to show you the yellow. Torres flicks it on well. Oyer, space opening up for him to run into. Feeds the pass, and it's Nacho Vidal. Cross towards the far post. Budimir! Headed off the line. Cagliari, what a block that was. What a block by Victor LaGuardia. After the initial header off the line, LaGuardia throwing himself in front of the shot from Cagliari and clearly signalling, no, it wasn't handball, it was my chest. The initial chance was Budimir with the header, and that was off the line by Lejeune, and then it was LaGuardia putting his body on the line, literally, to prevent Cagliari's goal-bound strike from giving Osasuna the opener. I don't think it was handball, and certainly this wasn't over the line. It's actually a good save by Pacheco. He got something on that. And here, there's no way that's handball, because he's got his hands firmly behind his back, and so there's no penalty and no goal. But another sign that Osasuna are getting on top. Those two chances, by far the clearest we've had. Two in a couple of seconds. And at the moment, it's Alaves who are hoping the half-time whistle hurries up and arrives. Foul conceded there by Cordoba gives another set-piece opportunity. They've got the option of either the right foot of Torres or the left of Ruben Garcia. It's going to be the latter. He squared it. Gets it back now. Ball takes a loop high in the air, only half cleared. And then Oyer, stretching, can only play it out for the goal kick for Alaves. It's a sense that they are starting to have to hold on a bit now, Alaves. We've seen Roberto Torres in particular come to the fore in the last few minutes. Yeah, it was a good save by Pacheco, which gave Lejeune the chance to make the goal line clearance. And then really a brilliant block by LaGuardia. Pina for Lejeune. Pina again. Alaves would just like to keep the ball for a little bit. Oh, that's a late one. That's going to be a card for sure for Nacho Vidal. And he's sliding through the back of Cordoba, and a very easy decision for the referee to produce the first yellow card for any of the players on the pitch. Unai Garcia in the stands, the Osasuna sub has been booked, but now the first on-field caution. And a rare set piece for Alaves in the attacking third. They've had plenty of free kicks in the game, but they've all been in their own half or around the halfway line. Now Lucas Perez can send one into the box. He's got a wicked left-footed delivery, and he'll be looking for the head of Joselu primarily. 5 in the middle for Alaves. Cross is cleared away as far as Joselu. Takes on the shot well off target. He'd rather be getting the effort on goal with his head, no doubt, and with his right boot. We'll see some of the Alaves subs warming up, including Ruben Duarte there, the left back. Into the final 5 minutes of the opening period at Mendizorroza. And Alaves will be perhaps relieved is the best word, that they've just steadied themselves a little in the last 3 or 4 minutes after that double escape they had. Osasuna haven't been able to maintain their pressure, and in fact here's a run, dangerous one as well, made down the right wing by Lucas Perez, and might be another yellow card here. David Garcia forced into the challenge, got a bit of the ball, which is probably what saves him the caution, but this really is a great position for Lucas Perez. With his left foot, he'll whip this in with pace, look to send it towards the far corner, and then all it needs is a faint touch. And even if it doesn't get that, it's the kind of angle that could just fly straight in if he gets the delivery right towards the far post. And a worrying moment for Osasuna towards the end of the first half. 6 in the middle for Alaves. There is the delivery, but it's too shallow, and Budimir can head it away. Lucas Perez battling with Ruben to win it back, but the last touch off the Alaves player. He'll be disappointed with the delivery not clearing the near post. I'm not sure what he's moaning about. Clearly the last touch was off Lucas Perez. Always easy to take it out on the officials, though. Here's use of the arm by Pina, who had been warned. One more, you're going to get a yellow, and there it is. He becomes the first Alaves player in the referee's notebook. His arm in the face of Ruben Garcia. Well, wasn't much contact, it was the hand rather than the arm, but he did catch him. Headed down by Toro, comes back to him. Now Nacho Vidal down the line. Torres can't make anything of that. Moving to the final minute of the first half. Don't think there'll be much added time. We've had no stoppages of note, other than the referee coming over to book Unai Garcia in the stands. That's the only reason we might have any time added on. See Alaves, no attacks down the left, none through the middle. At least they've had one down the right, but their attacking play has been very limited so far. They're looking to finish the half on a flurry here, though, as Lucas Perez flicks it through almost into the stride of Inigo Cordoba, but just beyond him. Now Osasuna hoping to launch one last attack. Out for the throw-in. Taken quickly. No handball against Pina as he steps in and comes away with the ball. Good ball to Lucas Perez. Opened up to the right-hand side. And it's back for Lucas Perez now. Gets the shot away, solidly blocked by Cruz. We are having 1 minute of added time, and that was maybe the biggest threat we've seen so far from Alaves. Lucas Perez getting into a shooting position. Couldn't get through a crowd of red legs, though. And they've maintained the pressure, and it'll be a throw-in for, I thought that was going to be for Alaves, but I think the Alaves players thought that too, but it is Osasuna's throw, and that should be enough to take us to half-time. Just a few more seconds, and with the defensive throw-in, probably not much time for anything to happen. Indeed, there isn't. Just the throw from Juan Cruz, and there is the whistle from the referee, Jose Sanchez Martinez, bringing a very combative, hard-fought first half to an end. Osasuna have slightly had the better of it. Ante Budimir with a header cleared off the line, followed up by the shot from Kayeri, well blocked. This was that piece of play. By far the biggest attacking threat we've seen so far. Juan Cruz with the cross reached Roberto Torres. Actually, it was the shot earlier from Roberto Torres, but there were better chances for Osasuna later. They've been slightly the better team, but no breakthrough yet, and that probably is a fair reflection so far as we reach the interval at the Mendizorroza. Alaves 0, Osasuna 0.
Live a season without a script, improvised by protagonists who rehearse non-stop. It's not fiction, it's not a thriller, it's something much bigger. And after 90 seasons, the excitement is still intact in La Liga Santander and La Liga Smart Bank. It's not football, it's La Liga.
Welcome back to the Mendizorroza. The substitutes out there keeping warm as the evening turns a little chilly in the Basque Country, in the beautiful city of Vitoria. We await the return of the players for this very finely balanced game, which is a key one down near the bottom of La Liga Santander at the moment. At the break, it is all square, goalless between Alaves and Osasuna. More games featuring teams down near the bottom taking place over the course of the weekend, including shortly after this one, Getafe against Valencia. Who would have thought that we'd be talking about those two in a relegation battle? Valencia have picked up some good points recently, so they've just lifted themselves up to 12th place, 6 points clear of the relegation zone. But for Getafe, a terrible run for them, 4 successive defeats. They're only 3 points clear of the drop zone at the moment. If Alaves win this game, they will jump above Getafe, in fact. And then tomorrow, games featuring sides down near the bottom as well. Starting at 2 p.m. Central European time, Real Valladolid travelling to Celta Vigo. Then Cádiz hosting Real Betis in an Andalus derby. Cádiz just keeping themselves afloat. Important point last week, of course, at Barcelona, 4 points clear of the relegation zone. And then Elche travel to Granada. Elche next to bottom and only a point now above Huesca, who've picked up 4 points from their last 2 games. Another game to watch out for tomorrow night, for sure. 9 p.m. kick-off between Villarreal and Atletico Madrid. Can the leaders respond to the challenge thrown down by Barcelona today before the round of fixtures concludes with a really good one on Monday night? It's a rare, very rare Monday night outing for Real Madrid as they host Real Sociedad. An attractive game that one will be. So lots more to come in La Liga Santander this weekend. Ready for the second half here now, and Alaves are going to make a half-time change. We saw Ruben Duarte ready to come on. He was going through his warm-ups before the end of the first half. The likely replacement would be Martin Aguirre Gaviria, unless Sabelado is going with a double fullback down the left-hand side. Something that could well be the case. Maybe Inigo Cordoba could be sacrificed. We'll see in a moment, but it's certainly Ruben Duarte who is coming into the action. It will be his 22nd appearance of the season. Most of those, 20 of those, have been as a starter, so he's very much the regular starter and would have been starting if he'd been judged to be fully fit. But now he is in, and it is indeed a straight swap at left back, with Martin taking no further part in the action. And another change is going to be on the flank, with the Manchester United loanee Facundo Pelistri coming on. There's an intriguing one. Only 19 years of age. He joined Alaves right at the end of the transfer window, and he's only making his second appearance now. Got his debut from the bench last week in the loss at Real Sociedad. We've got a full half to impress now. So keep an eye on it, but a double change, but it's not going to be down the left-hand side. Looks like Pelistri is going on the right. But that's a sign that Abelardo not entirely happy with how the first half went. Another throw-in, cleared as far as Pina. He nods it back towards goal, but it's cleared away, and there's a break on now for Roberto Torres. He's got 4 teammates coming up in support. Nacho Vidal, one of those. Back to Torres, looks for the 1-2. It's well played for Nacho Vidal into the area, but great tracking back by Lucas Perez. The forward there showing his work ethic by chasing back and making the challenge. And Sergio Herrera coming well out of his goal. It looks like it's going to be a 4-3-3 now for Alaves, with Corselu going through the middle, Pelistri on the right, and Lucas Perez on the left, as Toro was nearly caught in possession there. Now Osasuna getting control. Ruben Garcia laying it off for Toro. Won by Cayeri to Ruben Garcia, and now Cruz. Back to Ruben. Just about squeezes the crossover. Ruben Duarte has to intervene. But I think the cross curled out before it came back in. So goal kick is the decision. So intriguing to have a look at Pelistri, a player who came through with Peñarol, a huge club in Uruguay, his native country. Before joining Manchester United, the fee was believed to be around 10 million for the teenager. It was in October that he joined United. Break through into the first team. They see him very much as one for the future. For Alaves, he's the present, as Lucas Perez makes the challenge on David Garcia. Concedes the free kick. Using his arm there to hold off the defender. But there's a different look around Alaves at the moment. First few minutes of this second half, they're playing with a bit more intent. And that new shape as well. I mentioned the 4-3-3 now. Cayeri, well challenged by Chimo Navarro. There's Pina. Pelistri holds off one challenge, but then gives it away. And the referee, trying to allow advantage, then pulls it back for the foul by Ruben Garcia, just clipping the heels of Pelistri. Goes long, and that should be Herrera's. It is. Osasuna not able to establish control at the moment, as they were for long periods of the first half. This one's lofted through for Cayeri to run onto. La Guardia can't clear. And wins the header. Ruben Duarte preventing the corner with the clearance. Oyer lays it down for Toro. Pina steps in, as does Oyer again. Now Ruben Garcia. Cruz. Ruben was making the run ahead of him, but Cruz didn't have the chance to play the ball forward because he was being closed down by Pelistri. Lejeune for Pelistri. getting plenty of touches. In the opening 5 minutes of his home debut for Alaves. Sent long now by Manu Garcia, looking for Joselu. Aridane with the clearance. Manu Garcia battling again and again. And he does well to find the pass to Pelistri. He works it to Joselu. Perez for Chimo Navarro. Lucas Perez has stayed deep to receive the pass. Works the 1-2 and now wide for Pelistri. 4 in the middle. Cuts it back. Just not finding Lucas Perez. Good ball from Pelistri, who's made a decent early impact here. Now free kick goes Alaves' way. Well, the half-time changes have worked for Abelardo. His team looking much more settled, more comfortable, and with a bit more thrust to their attacking play as well. That little movement down the right between Lucas Perez, Joselu and Pelistri was maybe the best football they've produced going forward so far, and it's ended up after it was the cross was cleared, foul committed to give the free kick, which is a long way out. Wouldn't imagine that Lucas Perez will try to shoot from here. It's 35 yards out, but he hasn't got much angle to work with. Plays it short for Ruben Duarte. Forward for Manu Garcia, headed into the box. Clearance isn't a good one. There's a half handball appeal. Lejeune tried to make something of it. Scrambled away in the end by Oyer. Back in by Edgar Mendez. But harmlessly through to Sergio Herrera. Better from Abelardo's men so far in this second half. Osasuna's subs warming up, including veteran forward Adrian, we saw there. And here comes Lucas Perez. Doesn't get the right angle on the pass. And Joselu stopped his run because he was offside. Ruben Garcia with a good dribble. Nice pass as well. Kayeri opens up to shoot. Good save by Pacheco. And Osasuna from nowhere creating their first opportunity of the second half. The game is starting to look more open. It was Ruben Garcia with this clip over Manu Garcia that took him into some space. Nice pass. Kayeri not wasting time in shooting. Can't blame him for that. He did have space on the edge of the area. Hit it pretty well. But Pacheco with a solid stop. Joselu for Pelistri. Back to the forward, making his way down the right. Sends in the cross. Aridane with the important touch. It's going to be a corner. Should be a corner. As Aridane got his studs on that to prevent it from reaching Edgar Mendez at the far post. But better again from Alaves. I think we've seen more threat from them in 9 minutes in this second half than we did in the whole of the first. And the corner will be taken by Lucas Perez. Not a team for a short corner, like to just get it in there. Saying that, Edgar Mendez going short. Lucas Perez not interested. Outswinger delivered beyond Lejeune. Pelistri didn't want to take it first time. And in the end, he concedes the throw-in. Maybe wasted a chance to put it straight back into the area there, the teenager. Herrera looking for Budimir. It's one in the air by Lejeune. And now Chimo Navarro escaping Juan Cruz, who's trying to get back to guard his flank. But David Garcia does well to cover for him. prods it out for a throw-in. Lucas Perez wanting to take it quickly. Well, I think somehow Osasuna have been given the throw-in here, which they're a little fortunate to receive. I don't think there was any question of this touching Timo Navarro. But Osasuna will take it. Juan Cruz does so. Budimir flicks on. Oh, and that was cynical by Manu Garcia. He blocked the path of Cagliari, just ran in front of him. And I don't know which way the referee's going to show this, but it should be. Look at Manu Garcia there backing in. It should be a free kick against him. And maybe even a yellow card as well, because that was pretty cynical. Which way is he given it? Well, I think the reaction of Diego Arrasate tells us how he viewed that incident as well. But, no, I've got to say I'm in agreement with the Osasuna manager there. I think Manu Garcia was the aggressor. He's got away with one. And his former teammate, Cagliari. Lucas Perez takes it short. Osasuna has switched off a little. Perez has it blocked by Ruben Garcia. Gets it back though and finds Pina this time. And now a good ball swung in, chested down, but couldn't find Joselu. And then the free kick. The challenge by Edgar Mendez on Aridane. And poetic justice served there in the end, I think, because should have been a free kick for Osasuna in the first place. I'm not sure if it was the handball or the later challenge, but free kick for Osasuna either way. Cagliari going down again. No whistle this time once more as Budimir tries to head it on, but it's pummeled away. And sends it forward beyond the leap of Ruben Garcia, who lands awkwardly. Osasuna haven't really got going in this second half beyond the chance that was created by Ruben. He ran from the halfway line. It's been Alaves largely in control. This loose ball bounces to Lucas Perez. Finds Edgar Mendez. Helped on for Ruben Duarte. Sends the cross towards Pelistri at the far post. Cruz with the header away, out for a throw-in. More attacking pressure from Alaves. A win for the home team would give them a 4-point cushion on the relegation zone for now, and it would lift them above a whole host of teams. Eibar, Getafe, Cádiz and Osasuna will all be below Alaves if they can get a win here. Bouncing around, Lejeune in the end with the cross to the far post. Edgar Mendez trying to attack it, and now what's the referee given here? There's appeals for handball, I think, by Alaves. Toro is down. He claims he was fouled by Lejeune. That angle didn't show us much of the potential handball. Ended up with a cross from Lejeune that was headed away. This angle will show us if there was a handball. Well, there was. And the question was whether Toro was fouled first. If not, and he certainly did seem to handle it from that replay, was he in the area? Might have just been across the line. Yeah, I think he was in the area from that replay. And if it's not a foul on Toro, it should be a penalty. It's being looked at by the VAR official, Pizarro Gomez. So, first decision is, was Toro fouled? Well, corner is the outcome, and basically they've taken the easy way out, I suppose you could say, and given nothing, where Alaves feel they could have had a penalty, and that's what Lucas Perez is still saying. See, with the arm outstretched, saying to the referee it was a handball, and I'm inclined to agree with him. If you're not going to give a free kick for the challenge on Toro, you could very much argue that he then handled it, and it was the second replay we saw suggested just inside the box. But a corner is the outcome as the play continued and ended up with the cross being headed away. Lucas Perez delivers it into the heart of the area. Aridane with a good clearance. That will go out for, oh, what's that going to be? Throw in or a corner? It was right bouncing over the flag. Throw in is the outcome. Ruben Duarte will take it. They've still got La Guardia forward. It's over his head though, and cleared away by Toro. Up to Kayeri. Nice layoff by him. Roberto Torres thought about taking the throw in quickly, but decides against it. See, Osasuna's central defenders, David Garcia and Aridane, have been busy defensively in this second half. Not so much work to do in the opening period, but Alaves have been on the front foot since the restart. The change to a 4-3-3 has helped them. Added another player in the attacking line to threaten that Osasuna defence. Pina lofting it forward. Aridane with the header back to Oyer. Played only as far as Joselu, who finds Pina. Runs away from the challenge of Budimir. Alaves can't advance the ball. Back to Lejeune. Long, and Aridane is underneath it again. Nacho Vidal hooks it inside rather dangerously. That could have gone anywhere. Not sure how much control he had over that, but they are able to work it forward. Long from Roberto Torres. La Guardia is in control of that situation. And if Alaves do come away with anything from this game, especially if they get the victory, and you should not forget the brilliant defensive intervention by Victor La Guardia in the first half with a superb block on a goal-bound effort from Jonathan Kayeri. That's the reason Alaves are still all square in this game. Still 50-50 the possession. Alaves have had more of it in the second half though, they do now. Navarro to Pelistri. First chance for him to really run at the Osasuna defence, and he was fouled as he released the pass, and the card's going to be shown to, it was David Garcia who made the challenge, stepping out of the defence to meet Pelistri and bring him down. And there it is for the visiting defender. So a second card in the back four, joining the right back Nacho Vidal in the book. And yeah, he deserved it, didn't he? Knew what he was doing there, just stood in the path of Pelistri after he made the pass. And another dangerous set piece, 20 minutes into the second half. Lucas Perez will take it. Osasuna want to hold a high defensive line here. Try and prevent running room for the Alaves forwards to get on the end of this cross. Lucas Perez there just, seeing how they're going to defend it. Now he plays it in. Cleared only as far as Pina, and the flag does go up. So that high line by Osasuna did pay off as the flag was raised. And yeah, there were 3 of them who'd gone early, and one of those, LaGuardia, I think it was jumping for, trying to make the header. So change for Osasuna there first, as Kayeri goes off. He will play no further part today, and on comes Kike Barca. It was Kayeri who had the only chance for Osasuna of this second half. He was well found by Ruben Garcia, moved into a bit of space to get the shot away. Decent stop though by Fernando Pacheco. So on comes Kike. See if there's a positional change with that. Yeah, it looks like Ruben Garcia has moved central, taking Kayeri's position, with Kike Barca going into his usual slot on the left wing. Very regular off the bench is Kike Barca. This is his 15th substitute appearance of the season. Pelistri challenged by Cruz, and here is Kike quickly into the action. Now there's a collision here as Budimir goes down, and LaGuardia is going to get a yellow card. That was off the ball as Osasuna tried to advance down the left. LaGuardia getting the caution. The referee obviously adjudging that he blocked the run. Keep an eye on 17 there. He just leaned into him. A solid shoulder charge. A game of many fouls, 31 of them. No surprise with so much at stake. A game between direct rivals down in the bottom third of the table. So now it's Osasuna's free kick. Ruben Garcia clips it in very artfully. And the ball wide for Kike. Controls by the corner flag. Ruben Garcia in support. Tries to take on Pelistri, who does a decent enough job. Kike again trying to make headway, again challenged, another throw for Cruz to take. Into the area it comes, but away it goes by Lejeune, and look at Lucas Perez running onto it, and he's got the better of Aridane, but David Garcia just thought for a split second that the back pass was weak, but it was okay to find Sergio Herrera. And now a foul by Ruben Garcia on Lejeune. Is that who's down, I think? Yeah, but not for long. Yes, and that was a foul. Ruth watchfully gets it away to Kike. Toro runs the ball straight into Pelistri, who takes it off him. Aridane coming out of the back line to win it, but then lose it, and he's out of position now. But getting the challenge in, and then the foul by Ruben Garcia. That it might be a bit fortunate if he avoids the yellow. Going to go through the back of Pina there. challenges flying in, as they have been all day. Still no breakthrough into the final 20 minutes of normal time now. Alaves get the ball forward towards Joselu. It's cleared as far as Pelistri, who tries to go around the outside of Cruz. Now, he got the block on that, sent it behind for a corner. So Alaves with the set piece. Luis Rioja preparing to come on. But first the corner, to be taken by Lucas Perez. Crowd of players by the 6-yard box. It's dangerously in, punched away by Herrera as far as Pelistri, who gives it straight back to Perez. Plenty of players still in the middle. That's a good looking ball, and it'll be another corner after the header away by Toro. But two nicely flighted, well whipped balls in there by Lucas Perez, who has another chance now. Again, everybody huddled around the edge of the 6-yard box. I mean, in swing or into that congested area, flicked away by Cruz. Pelistri with the shot that is pretty well hit. Sergio Herrera with the leap just to make sure. It always looked like it was going over the top, but showing good technique there, the youngster, to hit that volley. It was always going over the top. I'm not sure that was quite necessary, the big dive from Sergio Herrera, but just to be sure. And so now the change, and it's a predictable one. Edgar Mendez replaced by Luis Rioja. It'll be a straight swap pretty much. And Rioja goes on to the left-hand side. Here's Cruz. And he's gone in a little late. Now, what colour is this going to be? It's yellow. When you see an official reaching for the pocket and marching towards the player that forcefully, you sometimes think, well, that might be a red, but just a yellow for Cruz, who shrugs. But that's 3 of the back 4 for Osasuna on yellow cards now. This is the incident. Going in late on Joselu. Layoff by Pelistri is errant. Kike lets it run for the throw-in. We're up to 34 fouls now. As Cruz hurls it down the line, LaGuardia hoists it away. So towards the final straight of this game now, and you wonder who will be more risk-averse in the final stages. Which of these teams will decide, okay, that's a point, we'll take that? You'd think as the away side, Osasuna would be happier with a goalless draw, especially as they are 3 points above Alaves and know that a stalemate would retain that margin, and especially the way the second half has gone with Alaves being on top. So perhaps Osasuna will play more cautiously as we move into the final minutes here. But they've still kept this 4-4-2 formation. Ooh, and that was a strong challenge by Chimo Navarro, catching Kike in the face. Led with the arm there, Navarro leaning in. That's a pretty forceful challenge. Plenty of those in this game. As we see Osasuna's next substitute, is going to be John Moncayola, central midfielder. So perhaps this will be a move to that more conservative approach that I was talking about, and a move away from the 4-4-2. If perhaps wouldn't be a big surprise if the man taking the free kick now, Ruben Garcia, comes off, and they bring on an extra midfielder, Moncayola. Poor ball, but it's not cleared. Aridane trying to make something of it. High in the air by Lejeune. Where's this one going to land? Aridane gets a header down. Handball appeal as Manu Garcia tries to control it. All very scrappy there. The referee just having a quick check that there wasn't a handball by Manu Garcia. We're going to have the substitution now. And it's going to be Lucas Toro who comes off. So they are retaining the same shape. It's not Ruben Garcia. One central midfielder for another. Don't think there's a handball there. Manu Garcia, hands by his side, turning his chest onto the ball. That's the conclusion of the officials, as well as the throw-in comes into the area for Ruben Garcia. Manages to flick it in. Cross comes in towards Budimir, and now Kike squeezes it over the line, and Osasuna scrape their way into the lead. It was a scrappy goal, by far one of the scrappiest we'll see this season in La Liga Santander, but Osasuna will not care in the slightest how it went in, just that it went in. And Kike, the substitute, was the man who somehow forced it over the line to get his first goal of the season, and what a big goal as well. Good work by Ruben Garcia. Then Roberto Torres with the cross. It reached Kike. I don't think there was a touch from Budimir, and I'm not even sure he was shooting. He was trying to control here, wasn't he? Did it even deflect off him? Brilliant back heel, you've got to say, by Ruben Garcia. Torres then with the cross, and I think it just bounced off him as Pacheco came out, tried to clear it. It then hit Kike and has rolled into the corner. They will just be looking whether Budimir got a flick, because if he did, Kike looked offside when the cross came in. It didn't look from the replays as though Budimir did get a touch, but I can only assume that's what they're looking at. If Budimir got a touch when the cross from Torres came in, I don't think there was a problem over Kike's position with the initial cross. We'll see now. No, he's definitely not. Now it's here. Was there a touch? And if so, was he offside? I don't think Budimir got a touch there. Here we're going to see the way it was finished, off his shin as he tried to prevent Pacheco from clearing it, and in it went. Huge amount of fortune in the way the ball went in, but Osasuna have the lead and looking to attack again now. So Kike Barca with his first goal of the season. That could be so priceless for Osasuna, but there is still more than 10 minutes to go. Alaves will throw plenty at it now. Here's Luis Rioja. Cross blocked by Nacho Vidal. Corner. I mentioned it's Kike Barca's first goal of the season. It's also his first goal in La Liga, in the top flight. His last goal came in the Segunda during the promotion campaign in January 2019. Never previously scored in the top flight. As Lucas Perez sends in the corner. Lejeune can't head it goalwards. Now Ruben Duarte for Chimo Navarro. Blocked by Moncayola. And Now something for Ruben Garcia to chase. Well, the finish for the goal, mentioning Ruben Garcia, there he is, the finish for the goal was incredibly scrappy, but the back heel that he produced to allow Roberto Torres to cross was magnificent. A moment of creativity that helped unlock the Alaves defence. There hasn't been much room for creativity in this game. It's not been that kind of encounter, but that back heel was sumptuous. Here he is on the ball, taking on the shot this time, and let's just say the back heel was better than the shot. Davison will be the next into the fray. As Alaves look to add to their attacking options in these final minutes. We've got a free kick, the challenge on halfway by Oyer. On Joselu, exchange of views between them. Oyer just blocking the attempted jump of Joselu. Forward by La Guardia. Headed down by Joselu to Lucas Perez, who's claiming he was fouled, but it's gone the other way against him as he tangled with, I think, Nacho Vidal, and a yellow card as well shown to the Alaves forward. Vidal is still down and he'll get some treatment. Lucas Perez was backing away. Oh, we can see he's caught him in the nose. Up for the arm to come up. Now, couldn't really see that through the crowd of players, but the referee saw it enough for the yellow card to be shown. Davison waits to come on. Can't imagine Lucas Perez will make way. It's going to be a three-man attacking line for these final stages. There's that back heel from Ruben Garcia, brilliant. Torres with a decent enough cross as well to the far post. Two Alaves players got sucked to Budimir there, which allowed Kike to be unmarked. The scrappiest of finishes. His first touch was actually pretty poor, got away from him. And then Pacheco, I think, palmed it onto his shin, and then it went. Frustrating for the captain and the manager of Alaves. Abelardo staring at another defeat here. It will be his 6th in 8 games. Now here's Davison. Can he save the day? Chimo Navarro's gone off, the right back. I wonder if Pelistri would go back to right back, or if it's a back three. Looks like that. I think Ruben Duarte winning the header there will be in the back three with Lejeune and La Guardia, and the wing backs of Rioja and Pelistri. Six minutes of normal time to go, and you know Osasuna are not going to give up a goal easily. They are a battling team. There we see the challenge by Ruben Garcia, winning the ball back for his team. The goal scorer Kike to Aredane, and that's a good bit of composure on the ball from Osasuna. Cruz almost let that run out. In fact, he did. And we can expect to see more changes from Osasuna. He's made the 2 so far, and it'll be time-wasting measures if nothing else. Enrique Gallego, burly forward, will be coming on. That will surely be a straight swap for Ante Budimir. It would be very surprising if it's anything else. Don't think he's going to go 2 up front. Now here's Pelistri, a teenager, finding Davison. Back for Manu Garcia. La Guardia finds Pina, lovely control. Works it inside for Joselu. Onto his right foot, nice pass. Manu Garcia's cross blocked by David Garcia. They worked their way forward well there, did Alaves, but couldn't get into the area. Unai Garcia is also coming on. Maybe an extra body at the back. Oh, lovely skill by Roberto Torres. And the cross looking for Budimir, won't reach him as Pacheco comes off his line. Four minutes of normal time remaining. Quique Barca's fortuitous finish separating the sides at the moment as Aridane wins a good header in front of Davison. As Sergio Herrera kicks long, Budimir nods it on. Could be his last action of the game because Enrique Gallego will be entering the action now. And so to Unai Garcia. He's coming on for Ruben Garcia, and it is Budimir. So the two forwards are going off. Ruben Garcia there had a key role in the goal with that crafty back heel to allow Roberto Torres to cross. He's replaced by Unai Garcia, who will go to the back. Straight swap up front, the two target men. Budimir off, Gallego on. So it'll be a 5-4-1 now from Osasuna. Reinforcement in defence with Unai Garcia joining David Garcia and Aridane. Gallego all by himself in attack. And his height will be useful defending set pieces if they have to as well. Zoyer finding the pass for Quique, looking for the cross towards Gallego, doesn't reach him. Only cleared as far as Cruz. Quique Barca. Foul by LaGuardia, surely. And he's been booked, so decision for the referee as to how he judges this challenge. Pretty late by LaGuardia on Quique. We'll see again the goal. It's the back heel. And look at the two Alaves players both getting stuck towards Budimir. Chimo Navarro should have left him and gone with his man, the right back, instead going inside. And that allowed Barca to be alone. And he got the goal that has got Osasuna into the winning position here. Free kick played in to the near post, and perfectly acceptable outcome for Osasuna. The header away by LaGuardia out for the throw-in. That will keep the ball at that end of the field and take more time off the clock. And there hasn't really been a big response from Alaves. Since going behind, Osasuna have been able to manage the game pretty well. Cruz in no hurry. You can't waste time too much as he's already been booked. The throw comes in. Chested down by Gallego, who's unable to keep the ball. Goes long up to Joselu. Helps it on for Davison to run. David Garcia plays it out for the throw. Five-man back line now for Osasuna. Can Alaves test them at least? Last minute of normal time. Davison tries to flick. Cleared away by Moncayola. And here's Gallego. Could be a break on if they want one. To Torres, who sweeps a nice pass for Quique Barca. Ball into the box off LaGuardia, and Pacheco is able to prevent the corner, which is what Alaves needed to have the ball and not take more time out of the game. Launched long towards Davison, back to him now. Joselu trying to run on. Skied away by Nacho Vidal. Lovely control by Quique Barca. 4 minutes of added time to be played. Gallego might be offside here. Play going on for now. He goes into the area. And he might want to take it to the corner flag here. LaGuardia seems to be struggling. I think he signalled to the bench there. Osasuna happy just to keep the ball. As Cruz does so. And then tries to tee it into the area. Maybe a bit wasteful there from Cruz. Better option could have been just to keep it. Pacheco advancing the ball before sending it long. Davison rises, but he's beaten in the air by Oyer. Yeah, LaGuardia doesn't look at all comfortable running. He has conceded the throw, but he seems to be hobbling. They do still have a couple of changes available. If LaGuardia needs it, but no doubt he'll try and struggle on. A warning for Juan Cruz from the referee to not waste too much time with the throw-in. But really, Osasuna looking comfortable at the moment. Certainly doesn't feel like an equaliser's coming. Enrique Gallego keeping the ball in the corner flag, but then being penalised for the arm to the face of Manu Garcia. He won that free kick, you could say. Which Alaves, of course, take quickly. Try to bring it forward now. Pina can turn. Osasuna retreating. Moncayola coming to close him down now. Lifted forward by Ruben Duarte, on by Davison and by Lucas Perez. Not very good clearance by Aridane, but it is a clearance at least. Goes out for the throw-in. Rioja to Ruben Duarte. 5 in the middle if they can get a meaningful cross in. Duarte's ball up towards Davison. Good flick on. Lucas Perez helps it on, and the shot from Joselu straight into the midriff of Sergio Herrera, to the relief of Osasuna because he hit it really well. Joselu, that was the chance for an equaliser. No offside. Lovely flick from Lucas Perez, and Joselu caught it with power, hit it cleanly, but straight at Herrera, who makes the save, which should be enough to preserve all 3 points. Only 1 minute remaining now. They'll go direct again up towards Perez, who can't keep it. Now Rioja. Ruben Duarte sends the cross in. Aridane gets rid. LaGuardia heads it high in the air. Ruben Duarte wins the header. No whistle blown as Rioja controls. He's challenged out for the throw-in. Toro has stayed down. Torres, I should say. Toro's gone off. And that might just be buying a bit of time. I'm not sure how hard he was caught here by Duarte. So, last roll of the dice for Alaves. Lejeune heads it on. Aridane heads away. Penalty appeal from Manu Garcia that never really looked convincing. The referee's just having a check with his VAR official that there's no need to intervene here. Manu Garcia's face tells you that he thinks he was fouled. Was this a foul, Aridane? Certainly was forceful, but no decision other than the full-time whistle being blown, and a huge away win for Osasuna. They were marginally the better team. There was a spell early in the second half where Alaves got on top, but they couldn't turn that into clear chances, and it was Kike who came off the bench to score the winner, and that sees him earn the accolade of the king of the match for giving Osasuna victory. And they leap up to 28 points now, 7 points clear of the relegation zone.